Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Battle Brothers with me, Cornish-Knight. Last time we were on, we had a bit of a nasty fight. We lost a party member, which was a shame, and a lot of our party members are now quite badly hurt. We'd also had some names that we were going to basically use, so let's try and find some of the people that... Hawking the Fifth, I am sorry, you're gonna have to be changed, my friend. We'll call you Liffy after another YouTuber that I know. And let's see, Astaf, Rogue. Seems a bit nasty to change to higher level ones since they've been doing so well. We can change Jack Williams though. Let's turn it to... Saint. There we go. Just one of basically when the commenters who left a comment and wanted to basically have their name included, and as I always say, if you want to have your name included on the list, I will do it. Now, first off, we really need to heal some of our guys up. That'll be healed by tomorrow. I'm really tempted just to buckle down and let these guys heal for a second. Also, some quick questions. People have been asking me about what the difference between the reworked undead, well, the ancient undead and basically the current undead are. From what I can tell, they are basically sort of mid to late tier enemies for the undead faction. Pretty much sort of like a replacement as they were for the current undead when you sort of get to the mid-late game from what I can see. Let's see how our guys are looking. They're healed up. He's going to be healed up, so I'll just quickly switch him over. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. I always forget that. He's up. Right. Yes, what was I saying? The Ancient Undead. Now, the Ancient Undead are relatively interesting from a mechanical standpoint. What, I haven't got... No, that's negotiated, actually isn't existing, is it? The food here is expensive, but I just need a little bit just to cover me over. I can probably get rid of so many of these. So I don't need that many of them, honestly. Okay, that's a bit better. And these. Right, what's this contract I had negotiated here? Yeah, let's take that one. Basically, the difference between what I can tell, the difference between the Ancient Undead and the current Undead faction is that the Ancient Undead, as I've said, are probably going to be mid to late tier enemies. They appear to basically be based on classical world armies, probably mostly from the descriptions of either the Romans or the Greeks, for they have much more mixed theme than that. From what I can tell, they seem to be blending a lot of Celtic, Roman and Greek influences into it, so it's most likely going to be a mixture of the three. They seem to rely mostly on infantry with quite tight battle formations from the description. They do not have any ranged troops, but at the same time they do have the reworked vampires, and they have one of the very few magic casters in the game, which just seems to be some kind of undead priest that can do plague and various other things. So it will be interesting to see how they fight, because from their description of it, it's going to be really bad. Okay, we're behind some kind of large military party, which isn't so bad. Probably one of the militias, like the actual armed military patrols rather than one of the local peasantry groups, which is good. No, but from this year here we go. Well, they got many footmen, some footmen, veterans, some arbalists, a standard bearer and a knight. Yeah, these guys are basically tough. These are the kind of people that you'll have like fighting the orcs. Alva, the councillor, welcomes you and a few of your men hurry over to take the cargo. He claps you on the shoulder. I take it your journey went well. You spare him the details and inquire about your pay. Bah, sellsword through and through. Nut, get this man what he deserves. One of the councillor's bodyguards walks over, hands you a small chest of crowns. Right, we've got a couple of more low-level jobs. Alva, the councilman's got a satchel of scroll attached, but the name written on the paper is not yours. He weighs it carefully, the lump of coin curving about his fingers. They clink and clank. Muted, he turns to you. You recognise that name. You shake your head. The man continues. A week ago we sent the famed Sir Arbet of here to go hunt down some foul beast that have been terrorising the town and trying to attack farmstead for weeks. Do you know what that satchel has remained in my ownership? You shrug and answer because he hasn't returned. Alva, the councillor, nods and sets the satchel down. He sits on the edge of his table. Correct, because he has not returned. Now why do you think that is? I think it's because he's dead, but let's not be so negative. I think it's because the beasts out there require more. I think they require someone like you, Sellsword. Would you be willing to help us now for that this nobleman has failed? What is Saxtoff prepared to pay? Yes, good, I think we get payment about your task earlier. You will get 710 crowns when the contract is done. I want more on completion. How about this? You'll get 760 crowns and I want more completion. Okay, yeah, that's probably good. We can push once more, maybe? Very well, given your demands, I'll offer you this 850 crowns. Yeah, I'm not going to push anymore, that seems to be about fair. Right. Where I have to go? Hunt down what's terrorising. Yeah, it's dire wolves, you can tell. It's only 7 of them though, which isn't so bad. Hopefully. Let's try and chase them down before they cause any problems. I don't like the idea of fighting them in the middle of the day though. They're going to make this a pain. They've got to run all the way to the ends of the earth, I can just tell. The problem is you don't want to fight dire wolves at night. The penalties you get for doing that is a pain. There we go. Scout report that you've seen them. Right, we caught them in the open. That's not great. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Right, it seems like they've got to try and flank me on the left side. Let's see how we're going to do this. Probably at this point I'm just going to start firing us into their mass. Try and... I was hoping I was going to hit more than that. Right, sealed wall. That guy's okay, that guy's okay. Everybody sealed wall up, because you'll all get bonuses for doing it. The problem is they're going to be going and hitting this side because you've got less protection there, which is not great. Right, let's see how they react. Curses, that's bad. Right, they've got to try and flank around me. Okay, this is really bad. He reacted because basically he still has the perk which allows him to do that. Right. He can't turn, this guy can. We'll hit him if we can. Okay, that's bad. Let's try and hit this guy. Hit him instead. Killed him. That means his morale is broken. We try and hit the guys whose morale is the weakest first, if we can hit anybody. Right. Keep the shield wall up. Right, killed him. Really hurt him. Right. What's that? Is that going to take all my AP? Get my shield wall up again. I'm going to get my shield wall up. The problem is I had to constantly keep my shield wall up. Otherwise, things are going to get really nasty. Let's try and finish this guy off if we can. Okay, that's not great. Right, we're back in the order again. It seems that tactic has worked. Now we need to target this one down here if able. I might hold off just so I can get the bonuses. Now, is there anyone I can hit here without hitting one of my own guys? No, there is not. Try and relocate then with my archers, try and get them around the flank so we can get shots off. I'm holding off all of my great weapon users until I can get into a better formation. Finish him off. Slowly move him up. My fatigue is building up really quickly. The problem is I'm having to do this because... Okay, that's not good. Alright, he's going to flee, that's good. Let's try and break this one up here. Yep, there we go, that's nicely done. Finish that one off, and we'll relocate some of our troops up here. See, this is the problem, I've dropped my shield wall and the wolves are going to basically... Yeah, that one's going to flee. Finish that one off. Get him. Can't, not in range. Well, I'm not in a good angle to shoot him. But we still managed to do a great amount of damage to him, that's good. 52 missed, that's not fantastic. Hold off until I can get some of the guys. Okay. Now we just have to finish them off. That turned out rather well, methinks. We managed to surround them very quickly and hold the shield wall long enough for our sort of two-handed people behind the lines to finish them off. That's how you really want to deal with dire wolves. You want to basically hold them with a shield wall if able and then hack at them. There we go. A few injuries, but we got some good level ups. Your employer, Alpha, the councillor, might not believe what's happening here without evidence. You order your men to begin taking pelts, trophies, scalps, whatever might show off your victory here. We ran a long way though. A long way, we used quite a bit of tools, oh well. No, the undead faction, the ancient undead, look like they're going to be like the main protagonists for like the mid-late game undead faction. They are heavy armoured infantry mostly. Well, they look like they're going to be more organised infantry than your normal undead. They have powerful casters and they have the newly worked vampires on their side. One moment. Alpha, the councillor, sits at the table, legs up over the corner. His eyes are staring at the ceiling, the corners of his face pinched with with his fold. He looks at you. Welcome back. I've been getting word of your doings, of your battle with the monsters. You nod and look around for your reward. The man shows you the door. Wendell, a fellow councilman of Saxtoff, has your payment outside. 850 crowns as agreed upon. And the people at Saxtoff, fear you though they may, are blessed all the same by arrival. Thank you, mercenary. Right, let's see what we can get for these pelts. Not that much. They might hang on to them for now. But at the moment, I need food, and the bread here is cheap, which is good. Repair tools and everything else isn't though, unfortunately. That's not great, but hey ho. What's this other contract? If it was just like, I don't like... The problem I have, ladies and gentlemen, is that most of the time when a faction asks you to deal with greenskins, it's normally clearing out a base, which is just not a good idea. Not until you're better level. Right, what's our relations looking at with people? A lot of the minor factions, like the actual towns, are on good terms with us. I can't say the same for the actual houses. Doesn't really bother me too much though. Right, how's our money situation looking? Not bad. It's the tools we need, so we're going to have to go back here. This place here has quite cheap tools, if I remember correctly. Yeah, the undead faction, the ancient undead, look like they're going to be... Basically, the developers stated that you're going to have 3 endgame events, as I've mentioned in earlier videos: an undead uprising, a greenskin invasion, and basically a civil war amongst the nobility. More than one of these can happen per game. The undead uprising, from the sounds of it, is going to be quite nasty, because basically the undead can take over settlements and basically turn them into undead settlements, basically. And from the looks of it, the ancient undead are going to be sort of like the main sort of driving force behind this. They seem to be a lot more organised army, rather than basically what you meet in the game at the moment, which are relatively disorganised undead. They seem to have battle formations. They've got to work in tight battle formations, which means they'll get bonuses for using shield wall and spear wall and all that kind of stuff. They seem to be a lot more organised this time around for the undead. Plus you're going to have the vampires, and you're going to have basically magical users helping them, like priests. And these priests have some really nasty abilities. Right, let's see what we got in this town. Yeah, some cheap repair tools. Keep everything going. Any cheap food, a little bit of grain. Right, let's see what this contract is for this faction. A messenger, a young lad as tall as a longsword, sprints by you, throwing a scroll in the air as he swings past. You catch it, but by the time you can look for the kid, he's already gone. Struggling, you open the scroll and find the name Sir Gretham von Elben. He appears to be in need of your services. Directions to a noble house tag at the bottom of the scroll. When you find Sir Gretham von Elben, he sends off a few knights, chasing him out the door with a few parting curses. The sight of you, however, seems to momentarily settle a man. Sellsword, good to see you. Better you than these so-called men. He takes a seat, pours himself a drink. He takes a sip. Stares at him and downs it all in one go. My loyal bannermen refuse to go after the goblins which have camped north of here. They talk of ambushes, poisons, all that. His speech is incredibly slurred. Well, you know all that, right? And you know what I ask next, right? Oh, of course you do. I need you to hand me another drink. Kidding. Go kill these goblins, would you? I trust the payment is ample for this. You're tight on the crowns. I'm tight on the crowns for your ask. That's all I have right now. You are to receive 1,550 crowns when the contract is done. I want more on completion. Would you take this instead? You receive 1,710 when the contract is done. I want more completion. Right. That is quite a lot of sharp tooth lair. Right, where are we looking? It's up there. Well, if we can get them on the mountain side of the camp, we might actually have a good advantage on them. What are we looking at? Many... Oh, why is it Goblin Wolf Riders? Every time it's Goblin and Wolf Riders. What's my standing with this particular faction? I can afford to take the hit with them. The problem is Wolf Riders are seriously no joke, and if there's like loads of them, we will be royally in trouble. I need to level these guys up. Right, I need to give him... That might work. Cripple your enemies. I'm going to give him that one because that's useful to have for great weapons. The problem is there's so many Wolf Riders. How badly is this affecting my morale with them? It's not great. But at the same time, so many Wolf Riders. See, look, they're out here at the moment, causing all kinds of... Oh, those are skirmishers. I can take some skirmishers. Right, let's try and find where these guys are. Yeah, I can hear you, Goblin. Let's use the bushes to advantage. We'll send some people up and have them hide in the bushes. For those of you who don't know, if you hide in long grass, basically you'll hide everyone inside from being seen at a distance, so the enemies will not take notice of us. Which means they can't shoot at us, which is nice. But most of these guys are skirmishers, so we should be able to find them quite quickly. Isn't the guy, this is the guy with the peg leg? No. He's just got terrible stamina. I need to improve his stamina, really. Right, they're over in that direction. Let's see what we've got. Right, the goblins... it's not too bad. I mean, bunch of goblin skirmishers. Well, a bunch of goblins with what looks like, yeah, you've got one with a short sword and a shield, one with a dagger and a shield, well, 3 with daggers, 2 with nets, 1 with a shield, 1 with a pike. There's another one hiding around here somewhere from the looks of it. These guys are way out of position. Can't do anything about that, really. Yeah, these farm hands are pretty much done for, or cart hands I should say. Right. Better start forming up. Need to get into some form of battle line. Even if it is a very ramsicle? No, it's not. Even if it's a ramshackled one. We'll put a slight dink in it so that we can curve around one flank. We'll put a reinforcement on this side. You have to try and get down here the best you can. The rest of you can try and catch your breath. I doubt any of them are in range yet. Okay, that was a strange tactic to use. Yeah, I'm just got to catch my breath. To be honest, the peasants weren't going to really survive anyway. So I'm not going to bother trying to lose men. No point, sealed walls up. Just let them catch their breath. Because they've been sprinting all the way to get here. Curses, I should have held my turn. Right, this is going to be interesting. What are they doing? Right, they may be trying to get ready. I should have held my turn really with the archers, because now they're going to get into range of using archers. But they can hit me from that. Oh, you like throwing stuff, do you, Goblin? How about this? Come on. How can you hit from this range? Oh, curses. Right. We're going on the offensive. I'm going to have to pull that guy back, otherwise he's going to get absolutely murdered otherwise. Right. I have to time this just right. How am I going to do this? I can't delay his turn again. Right. Right, we need to get in, because he's basically stabbed him, so he's bleeding, so we need to basically get in combat with this guy now. Right. He needs to get up. Oh, I hate goblins. Let's try and shoot this one. Ooh, nice shot. And this one? Missed. Who are we going to hit? 25%. He's surrounded, that's a good chance. We could break his shield. Because the goblin shields aren't particularly good actually. I should have held off really. You can sit back there. What I'm doing is I'm trying to hold off until I can get some more people around them. Like this, you see. Because you get bonuses for surrounding people. If you can actually hit them. Ooh, nicely done. Saint just sort of steps in and just sort of jabs the spear into the goblin side, and it sort of screeches and screams and sort of staggers back. Let's try 53% chance. So it's it's basically 1 to 2 chances. Try. Miss. Curses. Ah. Getting really annoyed with these goblins. Okay, he's bad. He needs to basically be saved. Shoot this goblin up here. Oh, come. I need to get their weapon level up. Will you stop doing that? How many turns has he got left on his bleeding? Don't know. Come on. Oh. No, his melee skill has gone down, that's why. Hit it in the head. Not going to work, but at least we still managed to pin it in combat. Finish that one off. Health is bad. Get this one up into range to attack next turn. The problem is their knives are really powerful. A good tactic to have, if you have like a large group with them, is to have at least one person with a knife out so you can get around armour. Can't suit in the combat. Now, 56% chance with surround. Ooh, nicely done. Literally, Rogue just sort of steps up and buries the billhook deep into the goblin sandman, like cutting it wide open as the foul little creature screeches in pain and fear. Will you stop ripping up my gear? Even with fast adaptation, I'm still missing him. They are slimy little monsters. That's going to take a bit to heal up. Not much out of it. Let's see, we've got a bunch of guys who did level up, so his courage, probably should have put more into his courage, get his sealed defences up. That he lost his helmet, which was a real shame, because that was a nice piece of helmet. Probably was he armed with a spear. Lowest chance of critical injury, that's probably a good one. Headshot chance, that's actually probably quite good because spears have a bonus for hitting people in the head. Right. Up range defense, up health. Now, the reason that you want to give people like two-handed weapon users and archers range defense is that the enemies are more likely to target them, so it's a good thing to do to keep them off balance. Master the art of archery and pelt your opponent with arrows from a far skill build. The skill builds up 25% less fatigue. Increases their range, that is nice. That's also a nice one. Backstab is nice. Nice, that melee. Where's melee one? No, that's not quite great. Archery is always good to have. He needs to heal up, so I'll switch him out for now. That's where we're going to end it for the day, ladies and gentlemen. I've been Cornish-Knight. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter at the links provided below. or you can leave a comment in the comment section, and I shall get back in contact with you if I am able. I try my best to basically reply to messages as best I can. I've been keeping a very good record up until now, but hey ho. Have a lovely day, everyone. I shall catch you all next time. Goodbye.